quickly the events and then we'll get straight into it. March 5th is PMI, something that we need to watch out for. It's 30 minutes after market. The time zone is in CST. And Wednesday we have the ADP non-farm employment change. Thursday we have the Europe refinancing rate, not important. Friday, unemployment and employment change. So some key events here. What I do want to talk about is important. There's a lot of people, in the Discord, and a lot of you guys have made some crazy ass money and you guys are killing it. So that's awesome. Now, what I am worried about, and I want to share my concerns, I caution before things go sideways so people can take action. So then I won't say this again. There's 17 of you guys, and I know that most people are now more engaging, more coming on Discord, asking more questions. So I know they're making money or they're catching FOMO that they missed out. The important part here is, I would say with the DMs I'm getting, there's people that made 2K this month. There's people that made 200K this month. And there's people somewhere in that 200 to 200K bracket. Problem that you guys are going to face if you don't fix it now is resetting your account, okay? What I mean by that is, you guys, some of you have been used to making like a $500 or a $5,000 a week. Also, you made that much. You don't know how to manage a large account, and it's not your fault. It's something that comes with time. So what you need to do, and it's not recommendations, something I would do, is reset my account. And I do this every single month. I think I've posted my returns and the profit, and that's the most I share usually. Some days my large account's at 45%. You guys understand, you guys can pick a large account, 25, 50, 100K. An account going 45% is good, but it is also brings some risk of going reckless or making some bad decision, like increasing your position size, right? So I need to reset. So then I told you guys, I showed you guys my screenshot. My small account had how much? It had $2.40 left because I reset it, and the 5K that I have in my small, I invested all in the market. But I'm gonna tell you something. If I take my account from 5K to 20K, okay? Take my account from 5K to 20K, that's 4x. Reset it to 5K. Let's say I'm down 50%, okay? I'm down 2,500%. On my brokerage, it shows that I'm down 50%, okay? But in reality, I'm not down more than 12% because my actual account was 20K. So that's why you reset it. So if there is a big pullback and you're all in, you're not shocked. What people have done in the past, and you guys will too, is a guy took an account from 2K to 50K, true story, and then he kept just rolling up those positions. So now he has a 50K position, and his position size has gone from 500 to 20K, something like that. And then he takes a big cut, and he's back from 2K to 50K to back to 25K. That will mentally drain you, and you will not be able to forgive you. And that would be worse than not holding AMD, which we'll talk about today. What amount is no longer a small amount? That depends on you, right? For some people, like I have new people that start and they're like, yeah, 20K isn't a big amount. The amount is, how do I say it? The amount doesn't matter. It's an imaginary number. It's what it means to you. For some people, $500 is a big amount. For some people, so small, large, I'm just giving you generic figures. These are arbitrary numbers. It's what that means to you. So I'm going to give you an example of someone I've been coaching. So they started with me in November challenge. November challenge is when they joined, and they had a hit and miss for the year. They weren't doing better. 5K is what they started with. They dropped their account to 4K. They lost $1,000 being with me for like a month. And then, we had a conversation. We did one-on-ones. And then from there, and I'm not saying it's all me, it's them realizing what they need to do different. They took their account from 4 to 12. Okay? And they reset their account to 5. Then they took their account from 5 to 8, and then they reset their account. I don't know where they're at, but I'm just giving an example. These amounts are very arbitrary numbers. It's what they mean to you. For you, if $50,000 is a small account in your head, you're like, I could be down 20% on a 50K and it doesn't shake me, then that's what it is for you. Similarly, I have a thing where I always have 50% of my money in cash. Some people might think that's crazy, but that's what I do with my emergency fund, my savings account. I always have, like, people say you should have a year worth of emergency fund. Mine's way bigger. And that's just who I am as a person. I need to have that to be not making stupid decisions or not acting desperate. So that's kind of how I operate. You might be different. And again, you might have different responsibilities than me. So I wanted to start with that. So let's go look at the screener. Or not the screener, sorry, groups. So 1 day performance, 1 week performance, 1 month performance, all the sectors are doing amazing. Yeah, I'm saying the measure move based on NVIDIA, it's 250, but does that mean you go add 250 calls right now? Probably not, because the IV is high. So you play names that might take off. So for a while, I didn't touch Nvidia because I knew I missed the move, so I started grabbing AMD, and now it finally took off. Look at TSM, think it does a similar move. Probably not as crazy as AMD, but it might be much safer here, and I'll show you in a second why. So everything is going good, but under the hood, I want to show you guys something. So let's pull SPX, let's pull IWM, let's pull ARC, let's put XLE. So we'll just quickly through it. So IWM closing on highs. SPX closing on highs. ARC, garbage stocks, talked about it. Lows, XLE, let's look at XLF. Both, it's low meaning like, I'm not saying it's low, it's pretty flat. SPX, let's take some of their names. Apple, can't break 180. 178, been lagging. Amazon, Tesla, oh, what else is there? Google, they're selling Google. What else do we have? So let's just not waste anyone's time. What's something that's running really heavy in SPX that holds a big weightage that's running right now? NVIDIA is pretty massive, right? NVIDIA, let's go look NVIDIA. So if NVIDIA pulls back, what happens to SPX? Drops. So in my opinion, what I am seeing is SPX rotation going into SPX, into IWM. Let me show you this is IWM. Yeah. Breakout 2.6, 226. What's the play? Two plays. Okay, ready? They increase the inflation target from 2% to 3% to 4%. Second, they cut interest rates. Let's say we're front running interest rate cuts right now, by the way. Let's say news comes out that, you know what, they're gonna, or Powell comes in and say, hey, we're gonna cut interest rates, or we're going to increase the target. You're going to say stocks like a rocket just go nuts. You're gonna see SC go crazy because it's beta stocks. These are the stocks that are going to go. Again, we don't know what he's speaking about though. I don't know if he's talking about interest rate here. So I'm not saying it's happening this week. Right now, we're front running. If it actually happens, we go crazy. So what I've been doing and what I'm showing you what I'm doing is I'm in the stuff that's going good, right? NVIDIA, AMD, TSM, that stuff's in motion. We're in it. I'm adding stuff that I think will take the next rotation. So I'm in Carvana 90 March calls. You guys probably think that's crazy, but sitting at 82 and like we're up over 100% on that trade, right? So that's that. Elections are coming. And I've said this too before. If people are looking at the wrong seasonality chart too, they're looking at so there's two seasonality chart. There's a normal seasonality chart and there's an election seasonality chart. I think what we're looking here is we go crazy leading up to elections. After whoever gets elected, there is going to be some hard decisions that will have to be made. I think if they lower down the interest rate, there's a lot of realtors and mortgage brokers here. They understand we're going to have what we call a buying panic. And when a buying panic, you're seeing what's happening with crypto right now. With what happens with buying panic is that the market gets shocked with an increased demand. And if you guys see stocks, they run crazy, right? That's what happens sometime with real estate. I've seen that, especially in Vancouver. I've seen houses double, triple in the last 4 years. I could see that happening in different states depending on where you guys live, but I think overall that could cause a people moving money from stocks into real estate and then eventually leading to a recession, leading to why people are buying gold. Funds are always 2 steps ahead. I'll show you in a second here. So my thing is we need to look for IWM calls. We need to look at March, April, May, something around 220 range. it's gonna be a high risk trade because there's no flow. You're just preemptively front running it. If you want to wait, I have an alert. I'll show you where it is. Uh, did it go off? No. Where is my alert? You guys note this down. 20660, put this alert. Watch what happens if we break this with volume. Okay, so keep an eye on this. Now let's look at Rocket. Look at how it's closing. Demand. This, like, there's a lot of new people, so I repeat a lot of stuff, so apologize for that. When you're playing a trade like Rocket, you can't be like on a 50K account, let me just throw 10K in there. It's not a reliable prey like AMD. It's a very high volatility trade. You're gonna, like, I was down 26% on this trade. This is smaller amount, larger stop. That's how you play these kind of trades. SE more reliable. You guys saw the flow on it. That's why it's play of the week. Everything on this is amazing. So let's just quickly go on Rocket, then we'll go over SE. Hold on. So this is Rocket. Here's my profit taking expectation on this. We get to 17 by April, possibly 20. Okay. You get that 1522 happens, probably rejects a couple of times. So the first profit taking could be at 1522 and then 17, then 20. With that, I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Swing by every Sunday to receive one free trade idea. For full access to the meeting plus mentorship, please reach out through Instagram or Clubhouse for questions about joining. This is a new channel, and it will improve week by week, with additional content being dropped throughout the week. If you find value through YouTube, please click subscribe and thumbs up letting me know you enjoyed this episode.